Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we close out today's show. I don't know, Bill, I've been doing this a long time, but it's the only time in my week that seems to go fast. Is that just me, or is that seems like we just sat down a few minutes?
I know it. It rolls right through. It's kind of like that time between birthdays we were talking about. But,
yeah, I got another one coming up, and it seemed like I had the other one just 2 weeks ago.
That's right. That's right.
But I do appreciate you, Bill, being in with us.
Always
when,
a good
when
time.
you can. We have a great time. I really respect Bill and his work. Known him a long time from days down on Cumberland Avenue, holding the fort down there. And then I was really privileged. I don't know how it happened that Bill decided to get out of
the magazine world.
Out of the magazine world and left it with me. You know, this will be 3 years now.
It was a pretty good upgrade for the hunting and fishing news.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I don't know about that, but it's still in publication.
That's right.
Okay, and it'll be out very soon here. And Ron Wong's got a story in it. He better, because I made sure it was in there. And Ron's on the line too. This being for Saturday, and Ron, you kind of helped me. I said I need somebody to talk to in the last segment that can tell us what's going on, and let's talk fishing. And Ron, I think it took him 28 seconds to say Matt Morgan. So we love to talk to Matt. So why don't you introduce Matt to us, Ron?
Well, thank you very much, Larry. And, hey, yeah, you know, it's crappie season throughout the whole Mid-South area. And what better place can you be than Ross Barnett and out of Jackson, Mississippi, where the American Crappie Trail is started their tournament here. It's the last day today. Come on out to the weigh-in. And to talk more about the American Crappie Trail and some of the things that are going on, as a founder and co-president, whatever you want to call him, gopher for everything, Matt Morgan. Matt, how are you?
Man, I'm good. I'm good, guys. I'm going to tell you what we are. We're down here at Ross Barnett. You know, we got 97 teams from 15 states down here.
Wow.
Fishing
That's
for
great.
almost 70 grand. You know, Larry, you've had me on right from day one, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate the time, that, you know, the airtime you give us to promote an awesome industry, a great sport. It's growing fast. You know, we just finished the 2018 championship up at Lake D'Arbonne.
Well, let me say that.
And, you know,
let me say that. Lake D'Arbonne. I love to say that. Okay, Ron knows that. I hate to interrupt you, but that's my favorite place to say. You know, so.
Oh yeah.
Now, are you wearing your Lake D'Arbonne shirt, Larry?
I have been. I love my Lake D'Arbonne shirt. Yeah, and I love my the other one you got me with the big American Crappie Trail on the back and the ACT on the front. I wore that to the library the other day, and somebody said, you know, it's not ACT, it's ABC. You know, they thought I was having trouble with my alphabet. But, hey, Matt, I know the tournament this weekend going on now at Grenada. At Ross Barnett. Ron had mentioned something, and before we get too far away, about the Grenada tournament. Tell us what's going to happen there.
Yeah, Grenada was scheduled for May 17th and 18th.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm from way up north. I live about an hour north of Indianapolis, so I travel in motor coach everywhere I go. I've lived in those hotel rooms so long. And I kind of took off, guys. I mean, I've only fished a handful of times in the last few years since we've been running ACT. And I stopped by Grenada Lake. And obviously, you know, you can look at it online and see how much the water's jumped. And I'm going to be honest with you now. We've got some unprecedented, and I'm not going to go that far. It's right up there at being unprecedented in water levels at Grenada Lake. And I wanted to see it from my own two eyes. You know, pictures and the rumor mill flies. I want to see it with my own two eyes, because we've got a tournament that was coming up in 3 weeks.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, there's so much spread water there. I put my boat in. And, you know, I don't want anybody to frown at me, but I did fish on Easter afternoon and just absolutely smashed them. I'm talking 14 pounds in about 2 hours, best 7 fish.
Wow.
it made me feel good to know that I could still fish them, still catch them.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. The water's so high at Grenada Landing. It's almost in the pavilion.
Wow.
It's literally 6 inches from going over the emergency spillway. And to be honest with you, the rain that we've had this past Thursday, Friday, is probably going to push it over. It's probably coming over right now. If we weren't running this tournament right now, I'd be telling you it probably is for sure. And it's just not safe. So we're going to postpone it, and we're going to go to October 25th and 26th,
Okay.
2019. When and there's only so many dates, and I'm going to take some flack for rescheduling it. But in all reality, I'm going to do what's best for the fishermen, what's best for the organization,
That's
from
right.
a safety standpoint first,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
make sure that the city gets the best bang for the buck for bringing us into town, and everybody has a positive experience. There's only a few dates left. You can't go down there and just can't breathe heat of the summer.
That's right.
And expect to put those fish back in the lake and let them live. So that's the only date that we had left. We have postponed, rescheduled Grenada Lake for October 25th and 26th, and it will not be taking place in May.
And Grenada is really one of your big stops. I know Ron talks about they really roll out the red carpet for you, don't they?
Oh man, I'm telling you. I mean, you talk about good food, accommodations. Right? They've got one of the nicest state parks. That North Abutment State Park.
They sure do. Yeah,
For RVs, I'm going to tell you, it's immaculate. They know how to take care of the outdoorsmen. Right there in Grenada.
So you looked at this as a safety precaution, as a reason. Let's make sure that it's taken care of, and still keep Grenada on the clock. So
absolutely, Larry. You gotta. When I put in at Grenada Landing, I had to put chest waders on to even get back to the boat. That's how. I mean, and it was up, to my belt line. So that tells you, right then and there, it just takes somebody to slip and fall on a slick ramp and bust their head. There's no crappie in this world that's worth that.
That's right. Yeah. Again, we're talking to Matt Morgan. He is American Crappie Trail. He and his wife have put this amazing crappie trail together, and Ron is part of that team that's seen the growth. And I asked Ron before, how can we get better? And he talked about how Lake D'Arbonne, we had the winter on from there, and that's one of the things I've really been proud of with our connection. Not that anything's against any other crappie circuit. People have said that, a lot of times to me, but you guys really are running something that I've never heard anything negative about. And, Ron, you can vouch for that this is all.
Larry, the thing is it's just like in the bass fishing world. There are a lot of different circuits, a lot of different organizations, and that's happening in the crappie world now also.
Yeah.
What I think has happened with the American Crappie Trail is they've just tried to take crappie fishing to the next level, to have a payback system in place that really appeals to all crappie fishermen, and especially that top tier fisherman. I mean, I look at some of the teams that fish the American Crappie Trail, and just from the West Tennessee area,
it's pretty big.
It's pretty amazing. Mm-hmm. They have the top teams in the world fishing it.
Yeah.
And what's happened is there's not another crappie trail that I'm aware of that has 100% payback in each tournament and gives away a Ranger RT 188C boat at every tournament. Pretty amazing.
Well, Matt, when you look, and we're going to let you go here because you got things going on down there at Ross Barnett, and folks, you got nothing to do. It's a pretty good haul down there, but you can go down there and see the best of the best in crappie fishing. But from your perspective, we close out here. Lake D'Arbonne was a great event. What's going on? How do you feel about 2019?
I think that the sky's the limit. We got 97 here.
That's amazing.
We'll push 100 boats. Our next event's Kentucky Lake. That's June 21st and 22nd. It's the most stable month of the year, honestly, to go fish Kentucky Lake if you want to crappie fish. I just want to close out and say this. Look, no matter what you do, if you're a crappie fisherman, I don't care if you fish with American Crappie Trail. We sure enough want to see you. But there's other trails out there. There's other clubs out there. No matter what you do, get your tail off the couch, get off the sideline, and start fishing someplace, because we've got to grow the sport. And we're doing a heck of a job with it here at ACT. Everyone else, get involved, get it done, because we've got a long, long ways to go.
Hey, man, that sounds like I'm ready to go now. I'm ready to play the second half.
Are you?
Yeah.
Hey, just one last question for Matt.
All right, quickly.
If somebody wants more information about the American Crappie Trail, where do they go?
AmericanCrappieTrail.com. Facebook is realistically one of the easiest ways. American Crappie Trail on Facebook. I'm going to tell you, it's just a wealth of knowledge. Yeah. Appreciate you all having me very much. I got to get going.
Okay.
Get these guys rocking and rolling.
All right. Thanks, Matt. Have a great one. Great tournament. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Larry.
Okay. Let me close out the show. Ron's on the line. You can also go to Ron Wong. I don't know if anybody knows more about the American Crappie Trail except right behind Matt Morgan. Let me tell you about next week's show. It is first Saturday. That means that Dave Gabbert and Gene Smith will be in the studio with us. We're going to talk to Walker Morris, who was recently honored by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission for his work with quail in East Arkansas. Can't wait to talk to Walker. John Butler, or maybe John Charles Wilson from the Agri Center is going to come in and talk about the youth fishing tournament coming up May the 18th. And guess what? Wilderness Wildlife Week is almost here over in Pigeon Forge. You know that's one of my favorite events, even though we have moved it to the spring. I liked it in the winter. But we're going to talk to Butch Helton. He's the special events manager for the city of Pigeon Forge. That's all on Outdoors with Larry Ray on the first Saturday in May. Bill Cooksey, thank you for being in studio, as always. Go catch 2 crappie next time. And
I'll do it real quick. If you're going fishing, check the water level and the launch ramp you want to put in on, because you can spend a lot of time right now looking for a place to launch a boat.
You can.
That's right.
And also today the big high school meet going on at Memphis Sports Union Association.
Big district shootout at MSSA. Y'all come out and watch the kids.
Watch the kids. Ron Wong, you be careful down there and cover that tournament for us. We look forward to seeing some information on lroutdoors.com. Okay, buddy?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Shelby McCall. This is Larry Ray. Remind you, I do each and every week. It doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And what else? God bless the USA.
God bless the USA.